Hana doesn't know that tonight will ruin her life. She sits alone at the bar inside the hotel, her brown fingers wrapped around a glass of wine she hasn't touched. The music is soft. The lights are dim and golden. Her bridesmaid dress feels too tight, and all she wants is to disappear. Her best friend is getting married tomorrow, and Hana should be happy. But all she feels is empty. She came to Seoul to celebrate love. Instead, she's hiding from it. You look like you're running from something. The voice comes from behind her. Deep, smooth, dangerous. Hana's breath catches. She turns slowly, and her heart stops. The man standing there is the most beautiful thing she's ever seen. Tall, sharp jaw, dark eyes that look like they can see straight through her soul. He wears a black suit that fits him like power. His presence fills the entire room, and suddenly, Hana can't breathe. "I'm not running," she whispers. Her voice shakes. "I'm just taking a break." He tilts his head. His eyes don't leave hers. "From what?" "From pretending I'm okay." The honesty slips out before she can stop it. Hana blinks, shocked at herself. She doesn't talk to strangers like this. She doesn't talk to anyone like this. But something about him makes her forget how to lie. He steps closer. The air between them feels electric, heavy, impossible to ignore. "Then don't pretend," he says quietly. "Not tonight." Hana's hands tremble. She should walk away. She should say no. She should remember that she doesn't do this. Doesn't talk to dangerous-looking men in hotel bars in foreign countries. But when he offers his hand, she takes it. His name is Tyler. She doesn't ask his last name. He doesn't ask hers. For one night, they are just two broken people who understand loneliness. They talk for hours. He tells her he carries weight no one can see. She tells him she feels invisible in her own life. And when the night ends, when he looks at her like she's the only thing that matters in the world, she doesn't say no. She says yes. 3 months later, Atlanta, Georgia, Hana sits in the small doctor's office, her hands folded in her lap. The walls are white and cold. The smell of antiseptic makes her stomach turn. She came for a routine checkup because she's been feeling tired, dizzy, nauseous for weeks. The doctor walks in holding a clipboard. She's smiling. "Congratulations, Miss Brooks," she says gently. "You're 12 weeks pregnant." The world stops. Hana stares at her. Her mouth opens, but no words come out. Her chest tightens. Her vision blurs. "I what?" she whispers. "You're pregnant," the doctor repeats softly. "About 3 months along. Everything looks healthy so far." Hana's hands start shaking. She presses them against her stomach, and tears fill her eyes. She's 27. She works as a social worker in Atlanta. She has student loans she can't pay. She lives in a tiny apartment with a roommate who barely speaks to her. She's barely surviving. And now she's pregnant. By a man whose last name she doesn't even know. A man she'll never see again. That night, Hana sits on her bed with her laptop open. She types into the search bar with trembling fingers. Tyler plus Seoul plus hotel plus executive. Nothing. Tyler Kong Seoul. A few business articles pop up, but the pictures are blurry, distant. She can't tell if any of them are him. She tries again, and again, and again. She doesn't know that every search she makes is being tracked. She doesn't know that across the world, in a cold office in Seoul, an alert pings on a screen. Search query flagged, Tyler Kong. Location: Atlanta, Georgia, USA. A man in a dark suit walks into Tyler's office and places a folder on his desk. "Sir," he says quietly, "we have a situation." Tyler Kong sits behind his massive desk, his face unreadable. He's 29, but he looks older, sharp, cold, untouchable. His eyes are dark and empty, like a man who stopped feeling things a long time ago. "What situation?" he asks, his voice flat. "A woman in Atlanta has been searching for you. Multiple times. Different search terms. She's persistent." Tyler's jaw tightens. "Who is she?" The man hesitates. Then he opens the folder and slides a photograph across the desk. Tyler's breath stops. "It's her." The woman from that night. The woman with soft brown skin and eyes that made him forget who he was. The woman he hasn't been able to stop thinking about for 3 months. Her name is Hana Brooks, the man says. She's 27, social worker, lives in Atlanta, and, he pauses. Sir, our sources indicate she's pregnant. The room goes silent. Tyler stares at the photo. His hand slowly clenches into a fist. How far along? He asks, his voice dangerously quiet. 12 weeks. Tyler's heart pounds. His mind races. 12 weeks. 3 months. The exact time since that night. But it's impossible. He's infertile. The doctors told him 12 years ago. Severe trauma. No chance of biological children. He's lived with that truth every single day since. This baby can't be his. But what if it is? Tyler stands. His eyes are cold, but something flickers beneath the ice. Something raw. Something desperate. Book a flight to Atlanta, he says. I'm going myself. Sir, are you sure? Now. Because Tyler Kong needs to see her. He needs to look her in the eyes and know the truth. And if this baby is his, then everything changes. Hana stands in front of her bathroom mirror, her hands pressed against her still flat stomach. 3 days have passed since the doctor's appointment. 3 days of crying, thinking, and trying to figure out what to do. She hasn't told anyone. Not her roommate. Not her best friend. Not her family. How can she explain that she's pregnant by a man she met for one night in Seoul? A man whose last name she doesn't even know? She splashes cold water on her face and takes a deep breath. You can do this, she whispers to herself. You'll figure it out. You always do. But her voice shakes, and she doesn't believe her own words. A knock echoes through the apartment. Hana freezes. Her roommate isn't home. She's not expecting anyone. The knock comes again, harder this time, more demanding. Her heart starts racing. She wipes her face with a towel and walks slowly to the door. She looks through the peephole. A man stands there. Tall. Black suit. Expensive. His face is sharp and cold, and he looks like he doesn't smile. Ever. Who is it? Hana calls out, her voice trembling. Miss Brooks, the man says. His voice is deep and formal. I need you to open the door. I don't know you, Hana says, stepping back. Please leave. I'm here on behalf of Tyler Kong. Hana's breath stops. Her hand flies to her chest. Tyler. The name crashes into her like a wave. What do you want? She whispers. Mr. Kong is waiting for you downstairs. He'd like to speak with you. Hana's legs shake. Her mind spins. Asterisk, he found me. How did he find me? Asterisk. I don't want to see him, she says, her voice breaking. Please just go. There's a pause. Then the man's voice comes again, softer this time. Miss Brooks, Mr. Kong isn't going anywhere. He'll wait as long as it takes. But it would be better if you came willingly. Hana presses her back against the wall. Tears sting her eyes. She's terrified, confused, angry. But underneath all of that, there's something else. Something she doesn't want to admit. Relief. Because she's been searching for him. And now he's here. She wipes her eyes, takes a shaky breath, and opens the door. The man in the suit nods. Thank you, Miss Brooks. Please, follow me. Hana steps outside her apartment building, and her breath catches. A black car sits at the curb. Sleek. Expensive. The kind of car she's only seen in movies. And leaning against it, arms crossed, is him. Tyler. He looks exactly the way she remembers. Tall, sharp, devastating. But there's something different in his eyes now. Something darker. Something that makes her heart pound with fear and something she can't name. Their eyes meet, and the world goes silent. Tyler pushes off the car and walks toward her. Slow. Controlled. Like a predator closing in. Hana's breath quickens. She wants to run, but her feet won't move. He stops in front of her. Close. Too close. She can smell his cologne, expensive, clean, dangerous. Hana, he says quietly. Her name sounds different in his voice. Like a prayer. Like a threat. How did you find me? she whispers, her voice shaking. I have resources. His eyes move over her face, searching. You've been looking for me. Her cheeks burn. I didn't know how else to. Why? His voice is sharp now. Why were you looking for me? Hana's throat tightens. Tears fill her eyes, but she blinks them back. She won't cry. Not in front of him. Because I'm pregnant, she whispers. The words hang in the air between them. Tyler's jaw clenches. His hands curl into fists at his sides. For a long moment he doesn't move, doesn't speak. Then he steps even closer. His voice drops to a whisper that makes her shiver. Is it mine? Hana looks up at him, her eyes wide and wet. There's no one else, she says softly. You're the only one. Tyler's eyes flash with something. Pain, anger, disbelief. He turns away from her, runs a hand through his hair, and lets out a breath that sounds like he's been holding it for years. That's impossible, he says, his voice rough. What? He turns back to her, and for the first time she sees it, the brokenness behind the ice. I can't have children, Hana. I was told 12 years ago. Medical confirmation. It's impossible. Hana's heart breaks at the pain in his voice. Then how do you explain this? She whispers, her hand moving to her stomach. Tyler stares at her. His chest rises and falls. His eyes move to her hand, and something cracks in his expression. I don't know, he says quietly. But I need to. He steps closer again. This time, his hand reaches out slowly, carefully, like he's afraid she'll disappear. His fingers brush against her cheek, and Hana's breath catches. Come with me, he says softly. Let me take care of you. Let me figure this out. I don't know you, Hana whispers, even as her body leans toward him. Then let me show you who I am. His thumb strokes her cheek, and his voice drops to a whisper that makes her knees weak. Please, Hana, don't run from me. She should say no. She should walk away. But when she looks into his eyes, she sees the same loneliness she felt that night in Seoul. And against every logical thought in her mind, she nods. Tyler's eyes close for a moment, like she just saved his life. Get in the car, he says gently. I'm not letting you go again. Hana sits in the back of the car, her hands folded tightly in her lap. Tyler sits beside her, close but not touching. The air between them feels heavy, thick with unspoken words. The driver doesn't speak. The windows are tinted so dark she can't see outside. Her heart won't stop racing. Where are we going? She asks quietly. Somewhere we can talk, Tyler says. His voice is calm, but his jaw is tight. Somewhere private. Hana's fingers twist together. I need to be home by tonight. My roommate will. I'll make sure you get home. He turns to look at her, and his eyes soften just a little. I'm not going to hurt you, Hana. I just need to understand what's happening. She wants to believe him, but everything about this feels dangerous. The car pulls up to a tall building, glass and steel, modern and expensive. Tyler steps out first, then offers his hand to help her. Hana hesitates, then takes it. His hand is warm, strong, and the moment their skin touches, that same electric pull from Seoul crashes over her again. He feels it too. She can see it in the way his fingers tighten around hers for just a second before he lets go. They walk into the building. The lobby is all marble and gold. People in suits nod at Tyler as he passes, their eyes full of respect and fear. Hana's stomach twists. Who is he? They step into an elevator. Tyler presses the button for the top floor. The doors close and suddenly, they're alone. Hana's breathing quickens. The space feels too small. Tyler stands beside her, his presence overwhelming, and she can feel the heat radiating off his body. Are you afraid of me? He asks quietly, his eyes still on the elevator doors. Hana swallows. I don't know what I am. Tyler turns to look at her. His dark eyes search hers. You should be, he says softly. Most people are. Her heart pounds. Why? The elevator dings. The doors open. Because of who I am, Tyler says. He steps out and looks back at her. Come. I'll show you. The penthouse is breathtaking. Floor-to-ceiling windows overlook the entire city. The furniture is sleek, modern, expensive. Everything is black, white, and glass. It's beautiful and cold, just like him. Tyler walks to the bar and pours himself a drink. His hands are steady, but Hana can see the tension in his shoulders. "Sit," he says, nodding toward the couch. Hana sits slowly, her hands still shaking. She watches him as he drinks, his back to her. "You said you can't have children," she says quietly. "What happened?" Tyler's hand tightens around the glass. For a long moment he doesn't answer. Then he turns to face her. "I was 19, he says, his voice low and rough. "There was a car accident. My father died. My mother fell into a coma. And he pauses. "I survived. But the injuries I sustained, trauma to my lower body, the doctors said I'd never be able to father a child." Hannah's chest tightens. She can see the pain carved into every line of his face. "I'm sorry," she whispers. "Don't be." His voice hardens. "I accepted it a long time ago. I built my life around that truth. And now you're here, telling me I'm going to be a father." He lets out a bitter laugh. "Do you understand how impossible that is?" Hana stands, her hands trembling. "I'm not lying to you, Tyler. I don't want your money. I don't want anything from you. I thought you deserved to know." Tyler stares at her. His eyes move over her face, her body, and finally rest on her stomach. "If this baby is mine," he says slowly, "then it's a miracle I was told would never happen." He steps closer, and his voice drops to a whisper. "And I don't know what to do with miracles, Hana." Her breath catches. He's so close now she can feel the heat of his body. His eyes are so intense she feels like she's burning. "Then we figure it out together," she whispers. Tyler's hand reaches out. Slowly, carefully, his fingers brush against her cheek, and Hannah's entire body shivers. "You don't know what you're asking," he says softly. "My world is dangerous. I'm dangerous." "Then tell me the truth," Hana says, her voice shaking. "Who are you really?" Tyler's thumb strokes her cheek. His eyes are dark, unreadable. "My name is Tyler Kong," he says quietly, "and I run one of the most powerful crime families in Seoul." Hannah's blood goes cold. "You're what?" "A criminal," he says simply. "A mafia boss. A man people fear." His hand drops from her face. "And if you're carrying my child, then you're already in danger." Hana stumbles back, her hand flying to her chest. Her mind spins. Mafia. Crime. Danger. "I need to go," she whispers, her voice breaking. "I need to leave." "Hana." "No." She backs toward the door, tears streaming down her face. "This was a mistake. I shouldn't have." Tyler moves fast. In 1 second, he's across the room. His hand wraps around her wrist. Not hard, but firm enough to stop her. "Look at me," he says. "Let me go," she whispers. "Hana." His voice is softer now, almost pleading. "Look at me." She does, and what she sees in his eyes breaks her heart. Fear, desperation, longing. "I know you're scared," he says quietly, "but running won't keep you safe. If my enemies find out about you, about this baby," his jaw clenches. "I'm the only one who can protect you. I don't want this life," Hana whispers, tears spilling down her cheeks. "Neither did I." Tyler's thumb strokes the inside of her wrist, and his voice drops to a whisper. "But it's the one we have, and I won't let anything happen to you. I swear it." Hana looks up at him, her heart breaking and racing at the same time. She should run. She should scream. She should never look back. But when Tyler Kong looks at her like she's the only thing in the world that matters, she can't move. "What do you want from me?" she whispers. Tyler's eyes darken. His hand moves to cup her face, and his voice is raw, broken, real. "Stay," he whispers. "Just stay." Hana can't breathe. Tyler's hand is still on her face, warm and steady, and his eyes are searching hers like he's trying to read her soul. The word he just said echoes in her mind. "Stay." "I can't," she whispers, shaking her head. I can't just stay with you. I have a life, a job, a home. A home you can barely afford, Tyler says quietly. A job that exhausts you. A life that was breaking you even before I came into it. Hana flinches. His words cut deep because they're true. How do you know that? She asks, her voice trembling. Because I see you, Hana. His thumb brushes away a tear on her cheek. I saw you that night in Seoul. You were running from a life that didn't fit you. And I'm not asking you to give up everything. I'm asking you to let me help you. Help me? She pulls back from his touch, her emotions crashing like waves. You're a criminal, Tyler. You hurt people. I protect what's mine. He interrupts, his voice hard now. And whether you like it or not, you're carrying something that might be mine. That makes you mine too. Hana's breath catches. The possessiveness in his voice should terrify her. It does terrify her, but it also makes something warm curl in her chest. I'm not a thing you can own, she says, her voice breaking but firm. Tyler's jaw clenches. He steps back, giving her space, and runs a hand through his dark hair. For the first time, he looks frustrated. Human. You're right, he says finally. I'm sorry. I'm not good at this. He turns to face her again. But I need you to understand something. If you walk out that door, my enemies will find you. They'll use you to get to me, and I won't be able to stop them. Hana wraps her arms around herself. How would they even know about me? Because I know about you. Tyler's voice is quiet, almost defeated. And if I can find you, so can they. The moment you started searching for me online, you put yourself on their radar. Hana's stomach drops. She hadn't thought about that. She was just desperate, scared, trying to find the father of her baby. What do you want me to do? She whispers. Tyler walks toward her slowly, like he's afraid she'll bolt. Stay in Atlanta. Let me set you up somewhere safe. Somewhere comfortable. I'll cover your expenses, your medical bills, everything. And I'll have security watch over you until we know for sure if this baby is mine. And if it's not? Hana asks, even though she knows the truth. Tyler's eyes flash with something raw. Then I'll disappear from your life. You'll never see me again. His voice drops. But if it is, then we figure out what comes next. Together. Hana looks at him. Really looks at him. Beneath the expensive suit and cold exterior, she sees the broken 19-year-old boy who lost everything. She sees the man who was told he'd never have a family. She sees the loneliness that mirrors her own. I need time, she whispers. I need to think. Tyler nods slowly. I'll give you 3 days. But you're not going back to your apartment. What? Why? It's not safe. His voice is firm now, no room for argument. I'm moving you to a secure location tonight. You'll have everything you need. Privacy. Space. But you'll be protected. Hana wants to argue. She wants to fight back. But she's exhausted, terrified, and somewhere deep inside, she knows he's right. Okay, she whispers. Tyler's entire body relaxes. He reaches into his pocket and pulls out his phone. I'll have everything arranged within the hour. He looks at her, and his voice softens. Thank you, Hana, for trusting me. I don't trust you, she says honestly, but I don't have a choice. Tyler's jaw tightens, but he nods. Fair enough. 2 hours later, Hana stands in the doorway of a beautiful apartment she's never seen before. It's nothing like her cramped, run-down place. This apartment is spacious, modern, filled with soft light and clean furniture. The bedroom has a huge bed with white sheets. The kitchen is spotless. There are fresh flowers on the counter. Feels like a dream. Tyler stands behind her, his hands in his pockets. Is it acceptable? He asks quietly. Hana turns to look at him. It's too much. It's necessary. His eyes meet hers. There's a security team downstairs. They won't bother you, but they'll keep you safe. If you need anything, food, clothes, anything, just call this number. He hands her a card with a single phone number printed on it. That's my direct line. I'll answer. Always. Hana takes the card with trembling fingers. Why are you doing all this? Tyler steps closer. The air between them feels charged again, heavy with everything they're not saying. Because 12 years ago, I was told I'd never be a father, he says quietly. And now there's a chance I might be. That changes everything, Hana. Everything. His hand reaches out and gently touches her stomach. Just for a second. Barely a brush of his fingers. But the moment he touches her, Hana feels it. The intensity, the desperation, the hope he's trying so hard to hide. I'll come by tomorrow, he says softly, pulling his hand back, to check on you, and in 3 days we'll talk. Decide what happens next. Hana nods, unable to speak. Tyler turns to leave, but at the door he pauses. He looks back at her, and his voice is so quiet she almost doesn't hear it. I wasn't supposed to care, he whispers. But I do. And then he's gone. Hana stands alone in the beautiful apartment, her hand pressed to her stomach, tears streaming down her face. Because she cares too, and that terrifies her more than anything else. Hana wakes up in the softest bed she's ever slept in. For a moment, she forgets where she is. Then it all comes rushing back. Tyler, the apartment, the security, the impossible situation she's in. She sits up slowly, her hand moving to her stomach. What are we going to do? She whispers to the baby growing inside her. A knock sounds at the door. Hana freezes. Her heart starts racing. She grabs a robe and walks carefully to the door, peeking through the peephole. It's Tyler. He's holding a bag from a bakery, and he looks different. No suit jacket, just a white shirt with the sleeves rolled up. His hair is slightly messy, like he ran his hands through it too many times. He looks almost normal. Hana opens the door slowly. Good morning, Tyler says quietly. His eyes move over her face, checking, searching. Did you sleep okay? Ah, yes, Hana says, surprised. The bed is really comfortable. Tyler nods. Good. He holds up the bag. I brought breakfast. I didn't know what you liked, so I got a lot. Something about the awkwardness in his voice makes Hana's chest tighten. This dangerous man, this mafia boss, is standing at her door with pastries like a nervous boy. You didn't have to do that, she says softly. I wanted to. He shifts on his feet. Can I come in? Hana hesitates, then steps aside. Tyler walks in and sets the bag on the kitchen counter. He starts unpacking it. Croissants, muffins, fruit, juice, coffee. I wasn't sure if you could have coffee, he says, glancing at her. Because of the baby. So I also brought tea and juice. Hana stares at him. You researched pregnancy nutrition? Tyler's ears turn slightly red. I did some reading last night. Something warm blooms in Hana's chest. She walks over and looks at the spread of food. This is really sweet, Tyler. He looks at her, and for the first time, she sees vulnerability in his eyes. I don't know how to do this, he admits quietly. I don't know how to be whatever I'm supposed to be for you, but I'm trying. Hana's throat tightens. She picks up a croissant and takes a small bite. This is a good start. They eat in silence for a while. It's not uncomfortable, it's almost peaceful. Can I ask you something? Hana says finally. Tyler looks up. Anything. Why did you come to that bar in Seoul? That night we met. Tyler's jaw tightens. He sets down his coffee and leans back against the counter. I was there for a meeting. Business. He pauses. But the meeting ended badly. I was angry, frustrated, and I saw you sitting alone, looking like you were carrying the weight of the world. He looks at her. I don't know why I approached you. I never do things like that. But something about you. I couldn't walk away. Hana's heart pounds. I felt it too. That pull. I know. Tyler's voice is rough. I felt it the second our eyes met. The air between them grows thick, heavy with memory and something deeper. What happened in that meeting? Hana asks quietly. The one that made you angry. Tyler's expression darkens. Someone betrayed me. Someone I trusted. He looks away. In my world, betrayal is answered with blood. But that night, I didn't want to think about blood. I wanted to forget. And you made me forget. Hana sets down her croissant. Tyler, I need to ask you something, and I need you to be honest. Always. Have you killed people? The question hangs in the air. Tyler doesn't flinch. Yes. Hana's breath catches. But only people who deserved it. He continues quietly. People who hurt the innocent. People who came after my family. I'm not a good man, Hana. I won't pretend to be. But I have lines I don't cross. Like what? I don't hurt women. I don't hurt children. And I don't let my men do it either. His eyes meet hers. In my world, that makes me almost noble. But I know in yours, it makes me a monster. Hana wraps her arms around herself. I don't know what to think. Tyler pushes off the counter and walks toward her. Slowly, carefully, he stops just inches away. Then don't think, he whispers. Just feel. What do you feel when you look at me? Hana's heart races. She looks up at him, and all she can see are those dark, intense eyes that seem to see straight through her. I feel scared, she whispers. What else? I feel safe. The confession slips out before she can stop it. Tyler's eyes close for a moment, like her words are a gift he doesn't deserve. When he opens them again, they're softer. I will never hurt you, he says quietly. No matter what happens between us. No matter what you decide. You and this baby. His hand hovers near her stomach but doesn't touch. You're sacred to me. Tears fill Hana's eyes. Why? You barely know me. Because you gave me hope, Tyler whispers. And I haven't felt that in 12 years. Hana's tears spill over. Tyler reaches up slowly and wipes them away with his thumb. His touch is so gentle it breaks her heart. Don't cry, he murmurs. Please don't cry. I'm scared, Tyler, she whispers. I'm so scared of what this all means. Tyler pulls her into his arms. Slowly, giving her time to pull away. But she doesn't. She lets him hold her, and the moment his arms close around her, she feels it. That same safety, that same impossible pull. I've got you, he whispers into her hair. I promise, Hana. I've got you. And for the first time in months, Hana lets herself believe it. 3 days pass like a dream Hana can't wake up from. Tyler comes every morning with breakfast. They talk. Sometimes they sit in silence. He asks her questions about her life, her family, her dreams. He listens like every word she says matters. And slowly, Hana feels herself falling. She knows it's dangerous. She knows it's wrong. But when Tyler looks at her like she's the only person in the world, she forgets all the reasons she should run. On the 4th morning, Hana decides to go out. She's been inside for days and she needs air. She needs to feel normal again, even if just for an hour. The security team follows her at a distance as she walks to a small coffee shop 3 blocks away. She orders tea and sits by the window, watching the city move around her. Hana! She turns, and her heart stops. Standing there, looking shocked and confused, is Marcus. Marcus, her ex-boyfriend from 2 years ago. The man she almost married before he broke her heart. Oh my God! Marcus says, walking over. Hana, is that really you? What are you doing in this part of town? Hana's throat tightens. I'm just visiting. Marcus sits down across from her without asking. He looks the same. Handsome, charming, warm brown eyes, perfect smile. The smile that once made her believe in forever. You look amazing, he says, his eyes moving over her face. I've been thinking about you. Marcus, don't. I'm serious. He leans forward, his voice soft and familiar. I made a mistake, Hana. Letting you go was the biggest mistake of my life. I've wanted to call you so many times. Hana's hands tremble around her teacup. It's been 2 years. I know, and I regret every single day. He reaches across the table and touches her hand. Can we try again? Can we at least talk about it? Hana pulls her hand back. I'm not in a place to. Is there someone else? Marcus asks, his smile fading. Before Hana can answer, a shadow falls over the table. She looks up, and her breath stops. Tyler stands there, his face completely blank. But his eyes are pure ice. He's wearing a black suit, and he looks every inch the dangerous man he is. "Who's this?" Tyler asks quietly, his voice deadly calm. Marcus looks up, confused. "I'm sorry, who are you?" Tyler doesn't look at him. His eyes stay locked on Hana. "Hana? This is Marcus," Hana says quickly, her heart pounding. "An old friend. We were just..." "Old boyfriend," Marcus corrects, standing up. He extends his hand to Tyler. "And you are..." Tyler looks at Marcus's hand like it's a weapon. He doesn't shake it. "I'm the father of her child," Tyler says coldly. The words drop like a bomb. Marcus's face goes pale. His hand falls to his side. He looks at Hana, shock and hurt written all over his face. You're pregnant?" Marcus whispers. Hana's eyes fill with tears. "Marcus, How long?" Marcus's voice cracks. "How long have you been seeing him?" "That's none of your business," Tyler says, stepping closer to Hana. His presence is overwhelming, protective, possessive. Marcus's jaw clenches. "I'm talking to Hana, not you." Tyler's eyes flash dangerously. "And I'm telling you the conversation is over." "Tyler, please," Hana says, standing up. She puts a hand on his arm, and she feels how tense he is, like a coiled spring ready to snap. "It's okay. Let me handle this." Tyler looks down at her. For a moment, the ice in his eyes melts just a little. "Are you sure?" She nods. Tyler steps back, but he doesn't leave. He stands a few feet away, his arms crossed, watching. Hana turns to Marcus. "I'm sorry you had to find out like this." "When?" Marcus asks, his voice broken. "When did this happen?" "A few months ago." "It wasn't planned, Marcus. It just happened." Marcus shakes his head. "You moved on fast." "You moved on 2 years ago," Hana says quietly, "when you chose your career over me. Remember?" Marcus flinches. "That's not fair." "It's the truth." Hana's voice is soft but firm. "We're done, Marcus. We've been done. I'm sorry if this hurts you, but my life isn't your business anymore." Marcus looks at her for a long moment. Then his eyes move to Tyler, and something hardens in his expression. "Be careful, Hana," Marcus says quietly. "That man, he looks dangerous." "He is," Hana admits. "But he's not dangerous to me." Marcus's jaw tightens. He looks like he wants to say more, but instead, he just nods. "Take care of yourself, Hana." And then he walks away. Hana sinks back into her chair, her hands shaking. Tyler is beside her in an instant. "Are you okay?" he asks, his voice gentle now. "I don't know," Hana whispers. "That was awful." Tyler kneels down beside her chair so they're eye level. "Who was he to you?" "My ex. We dated for 3 years. I thought we were going to get married. But she swallows. "He chose his job. He got an offer in another city and left without asking me to come. Just ended things." Tyler's jaw clenches. "He's an idiot." Despite everything, Hana laughs. A small, broken sound. "Maybe." Tyler reaches up and tucks a strand of hair behind her ear. "Do you still love him?" Hana looks into Tyler's eyes. "No," she whispers. "I don't." Something flashes in Tyler's eyes. Relief, possessiveness, something raw. "Good," he says quietly. "Because I don't share." Hana's breath catches. The intensity in his voice, in his eyes, makes her entire body shiver. "Tyler, what are we doing?" she whispers. "What is this between us?" Tyler's hand moves to cup her face. "I don't know," he admits. "But I can't stay away from you. I've tried. And I can't." "You scare me," Hana whispers. "I know." His thumb strokes her cheek. "But you make me feel human. And that scares me more." The air between them is electric, impossible to ignore. "We should go," Tyler says finally, standing up. He offers his hand. "Come on. Let me take you somewhere." "Where?" Hana asks, taking his hand. Tyler smiles. A real smile that makes him look younger, softer. Somewhere you can breathe. 20 minutes later, they're standing on the rooftop of the tallest building in Atlanta. The wind whips around them. The city stretches out below like a sea of lights. The sun is setting, painting the sky in shades of pink and gold. How did you get access to this? Hana asks, breathless. I own the building, Tyler says simply. Hana looks at him. Of course you do. Tyler walks to the edge and looks out over the city. Hana joins him, standing close enough that their arms almost touch. Do you ever wish your life was different? Hana asks quietly. Tyler is silent for a long time. Every day, he finally says. But wishing doesn't change anything. We are who we are, Hana. The only thing we can control is what we do next. And what do you want to do next? She whispers. Tyler turns to look at her. The setting sun makes his eyes glow like fire. I want to keep you safe, he says quietly. I want to be there when our baby is born. And I want to earn the right to stand beside you. Hana's eyes fill with tears. Tyler, I know I don't deserve you, he continues, his voice rough. I know my world is dark and dangerous. But you walked into my life and brought light, Hana. And I'm not strong enough to let that go. A tear slides down Hana's cheek. Tyler catches it with his thumb. Say my name, he whispers. Tyler, Hana breathes. His eyes close like her voice is the only thing holding him together. When he opens them again, they're filled with something that makes Hana's knees weak. I wasn't supposed to care, he whispers, echoing his words from days ago. But I do. God help me, Hana, I do. And then, slowly, carefully, giving her every chance to pull away, Tyler leans in. Hana's breath stops. Her heart pounds. She should step back. She should stop this. But when his lips brush against hers, soft, gentle, questioning, she doesn't pull away. She kisses him back. And the world falls away. Hana can't stop thinking about the kiss. It's been 2 days, and she can still feel Tyler's lips on hers. Soft, gentle, careful. Like she was something precious he was afraid to break. He hasn't kissed her again. He comes every morning with breakfast, stays for a few hours, and leaves. But now there's something different between them. Tension. A knowing. Something has shifted. Tonight, Hana sits on the couch reading a book when her phone buzzes. There's a text from Tyler. Are you awake? She smiles and types back. Yes. Can't sleep. Me neither. Can I call you? Her heart flutters. Yes. Seconds later, her phone rings. She answers, and Tyler's voice fills her ear. Deep, warm, intimate. Hi, he says softly. Hi. Hana whispers back. What are you doing? Reading. Trying to distract myself. From what? From you, she thinks. But she says, everything. This whole situation. It still doesn't feel real. Tyler is quiet for a moment. I know what you mean. Can I ask you something? Hana says. Always. Do you ever get scared? Tyler laughs, a low, rough sound. All the time. Really? Hana sits up, surprised. You don't seem like someone who gets scared. That's because I'm good at hiding it. His voice softens. But yes, Hana, I'm scared. Of failing. Of losing people I care about. He pauses. Of losing you. Hana's breath catches. Tyler, I know we barely know each other, he continues quietly. But you've become important to me. You and the baby. And the thought of anything happening to either of you. His voice roughens. It terrifies me. Tears sting Hana's eyes. I'm scared too. Of me. Of how much I'm starting to care about you, she admits. It's too fast. Too intense. But I can't stop it. She hears Tyler's breath hitch. Hana, I know it's crazy, she says quickly. I know your world is dangerous. I know we come from completely different lives. But when I'm with you, I feel seen. Like I matter. And I haven't felt that in a long time. You do matter, Tyler says, his voice fierce. You matter more than you know. Hana wipes her eyes. What happens when the baby is born? When we know for sure? Then we figure out what comes next. Together. Tyler pauses. I meant what I said on that rooftop, Hana. I want to earn the right to stand beside you. However long that takes. Hana's heart swells. I want that too. She hears Tyler exhale, like he's been holding his breath. Get some sleep, Hana. I'll see you in the morning. Okay, she whispers. Good night, Tyler. Good night. Hana hangs up and presses the phone to her chest, smiling. For the first time in months, she feels something close to happiness. But happiness doesn't last. The next morning, Hana wakes to the sound of shouting outside her apartment. Her heart pounds. She grabs her robe and runs to the window. Down on the street, she sees Tyler's security team surrounding someone. A man in dark clothes trying to push past them. One of the guards pulls out a gun. Hana's blood runs cold. She grabs her phone and calls Tyler. He answers on the first ring. Hana? What's wrong? There's someone outside, she says, her voice shaking. Your security team has guns out. Tyler, what's happening? Lock the door. Now. Tyler's voice is sharp, commanding. Don't open it for anyone except me. Do you understand? Tyler, you're scaring me. Hana, listen to me. His voice softens just a little. Lock the door. Stay away from the windows. I'm 5 minutes away. The line goes dead. Hana runs to the door and locks it. Her hands are shaking so badly she can barely turn the deadbolt. She backs away from the door and sinks onto the couch, her arms wrapped around herself. Minutes feel like hours. Then she hears footsteps in the hallway. Heavy. Fast. Multiple people. Someone tries the door handle. Hana's heart stops. Hana, it's me. Open the door. Tyler's voice. She's never been so relieved to hear anything in her life. She runs to the door and unlocks it. Tyler steps inside, and behind him are 4 men in suits. Tyler immediately pulls Hana into his arms. Are you okay? He asks, his hands moving over her face, her arms, checking for injuries. I'm fine, Hana says, her voice shaking. What's happening? Tyler's jaw clenches. He looks at one of his men. Take her to the safe room. Safe room? Hana's eyes widen. Tyler, what? Someone tried to breach the building. Tyler says, his voice hard. One of my rivals. They were looking for you. Hana's knees almost give out. Tyler catches her, holding her steady. How did they know I was here? She whispers. Tyler's eyes darken with rage. Someone told them. Someone betrayed me. Tyler, I'm not going to let anything happen to you. He cups her face, forcing her to look at him. Do you hear me? No one is going to touch you. Tears stream down Hana's face. I'm so scared. I know. Tyler pulls her close, his arms like steel around her. But I've got you. I promise. One of the men clears his throat. Sir, we need to move her. Now. Tyler nods. He takes Hana's hand. Come with me. He leads her to the back of the apartment. He opens what looks like a regular closet, but behind the clothes is a hidden door. It opens to reveal a small, secure room with a bed, food, water, and surveillance monitors. This is a safe room, Tyler explains. Bulletproof walls. Reinforced door. No one can get in here except me. How long do I have to stay here? Hana asks, her voice small. Just until I handle this. Tyler's thumb strokes her cheek. A few hours. Maybe less. What are you going to do? Tyler's eyes go cold. What I should have done weeks ago. Eliminate the threat. Hana grabs his arm. Tyler, don't do anything dangerous. Please. He looks down at her, and the coldness melts just a little. This is who I am, Hana. This is what I do. I know. But, she swallows. Come back to me. Please come back. Something shifts in Tyler's expression. He leans down and presses his forehead to hers. I will always come back to you, he whispers. Always. Then he kisses her. Hard. Desperate. Like he's memorizing the feel of her lips. When he pulls away, his eyes are blazing. Stay here. Don't open this door for anyone but me. He steps back. I'll be back soon. And then he's gone. The door closes. Locks. And Hana is alone in the small room. her heart pounding, tears streaming down her face. She sinks onto the bed and wraps her arms around her stomach. "Please let him be okay," she whispers. "Please." Hours pass. Hana watches the surveillance monitors, but they don't show much. Just empty hallways, the security team moving around. Then, finally, the door opens. Tyler steps inside, and Hannah's breath catches. There's blood on his white shirt. His knuckles are bruised. His jaw is tight. But his eyes soften the moment they land on her. "It's over," he says quietly. "You're safe." Hana runs to him and throws her arms around his neck. She doesn't care about the blood. She doesn't care about anything except that he's here, alive, solid. "I was so scared," she sobs into his shoulder. Tyler's arms close around her, and he buries his face in her hair. "I'm sorry. I'm so sorry you had to go through that. Are you hurt?" she asks, pulling back to look at him. "It's not my blood," Tyler says quietly. Hana should be horrified. She should pull away. But instead, she just holds him tighter. "I don't want to be alone tonight," she whispers. "Please don't leave me." Tyler's arms tighten around her. "I won't. I promise." He leads her out of the safe room and into the bedroom. He disappears into the bathroom to clean up, and when he comes back, he's wearing clean clothes. A simple black shirt and pants. He sits on the edge of the bed, and Hana sits beside him. "Will this ever stop?" she asks quietly. "The danger. Not as long as I'm in this life," Tyler admits. "But I will do everything in my power to keep you out of it." Hana looks at him. "What if I don't want to be kept out of it? What if I want to be with you?" Tyler's eyes snap to hers. "Hana, I'm not saying I understand your world," she continues. "I'm not saying I'm not scared, but I'm tired of running. I'm tired of being alone. And you," she reaches up and touches his face. "You make me feel brave." Tyler closes his eyes and leans into her touch. "You make me feel human." They sit there for a moment, just breathing, just being. Then Tyler lies back on the bed and opens his arms. "Come here." Hana hesitates for only a second before lying down beside him. Tyler pulls her close, wrapping his arms around her. She rests her head on his chest and listens to his heartbeat. "I've got you," Tyler whispers into her hair. "I'll always have you." And for the first time since this whole nightmare began, Hana feels truly safe. Hana just survived her first real attack. Tyler eliminated his enemies and held her through the night. But the danger isn't over. Marcus knows about the baby, and Tyler's enemies are watching from the shadows. What happens when the past comes back to haunt them? Will Hana stay in Tyler's dangerous world? Or will she run before it's too late? Drop a fire in the comments if you're hooked. Part 2 drops soon and things get crazy. You do not want to miss it. Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss the shocking twist that changes everything.